In Kenya, politics is not just about politics. It's tribe, it's territory, it's survival. So when our leaders fight in parliament, sometimes even literally, the chaos doesn't just end there. It echoes out into our streets, our homes, and our history. Because here, what happens in the house of the people often sets the tone for what happens to the people. So today we ask ourselves, why does violence keep returning to our politics? And what does that say about those in power and those who vote them in? This is the anatomy of a democracy under pressure. This is Kenya's democracy in motion. From the chambers of power to the streets below, violence has become a language. But what does it really say about us? Kenya is no stranger to political turbulence. Since the return to multi-party democracy in 1991, elections have been marred by tension, tribalism, and at times, bloodshed. But while street violence often grabs headlines, the root goes deeper into the very institutions meant to uphold democracy. Because in Kenya, the house of debate is sometimes a battlefield. In 2014, members of parliament physically fought over controversial security laws. In 2020, the Senate descended into chaos over revenue allocation. A fistfight nearly broke out. And in 2023, chaos again erupted over the finance bill. These are not isolated outbursts. They are a mirror of deep partisan divides, ethnic allegiances, and the personalization of power.
Nimetuma kwanza nilikuwa napiga nini? Napiga ikienda.
But if parliament is meant to model civilized discourse, why does it so often resemble the streets? Outside parliament, political violence is more lethal. The 2007 post-election violence left over 1,000 people dead. 2017 saw protests in Kisumu, Mathare, and other hotspots.
Armed groups on a revenge mission attacked this house belonging to a Luo, opposition leader Raila Odinga's community. The occupants and some of their neighbors had sought refuge inside from the violent youth. They now lie dead, their bodies still burning. Inside the town, police engaged gangs in running battles as soldiers struggled to remove the roadblocks. There was little traffic on the Nairobi-Naivasha highway, one of the country's major arteries. The few vehicles plying the road were stopped and searched for members of some ethnic communities. Using machetes and other crude weapons, the youths meted out brutal violence on anyone they found. There are now fears that the cycle of attack and revenge is already beyond the control of the security forces. Flying over Naivasha, we saw the devastation caused by the violence in the town, a popular tourist destination. Naivasha is also at the heart of Kenya's multi-million-dollar flower industry. In nearby Nakuru, the lawlessness continues. Houses continue to be torched as armed youth run amok. The displaced, frightened and desolate seek protection. Here, hundreds of families have sought refuge in a church. It cannot accommodate them all, and many have to live in the open.
Tuliamuka vile watu wanaamkaga kuchaguana. Hatukukuwa tunafikiria tunachaguana kitu ili akutuhamisha ile mahali mtu anakaa na ile mahali wewe umesoea na ile mahali unafanyia biashara yako.
When leaders fight in parliament, it sends a message. Violence is a legitimate political tool, and when disputes aren't resolved institutionally, it spills over into ethnic communities and street neighborhoods. Political behavior is mimicked. When political leaders behave violently, it normalizes that behavior for their supporters. So how did we get here? Kenya's political architecture is deeply ethnicized. Parties aren't built on ideology. They are often tribal coalitions wrapped in party colors. Add weak institutions, lack of accountability, and a culture of impunity, and you get a system where power is won not by persuasion, but by force, where politicians stock fears to mobilize support, and where loyalty to tribe trumps loyalty to country.
In the early hours of the night, there was spontaneous violence.
Now they said in Swahili, kama hii hatushindi, hii hakutakalika, Kenya haitakalika. I heard some people saying that, and I thought it was a joke.
It is now the time for healing and reconciliation.
It's my own brother, my blood brother, Dengya.
But the uncomfortable truth, voters enable this behavior. We cheer when our side wins by any means. We elect men and women who throw punches instead of policies. Violence didn't start in the streets. It started with power unchecked, words unspoken, and institutions undetermined. Until we fix the politics at the top, we will keep bleeding from the bottom.